Antonio Watson, the 2023 world champion in the men's 400 meters, is out. He will not make it through to Paris to represent Jamaica at the Paris Olympic Games 2024. Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Go ahead, please hit the subscribe button so we can continue to grow. When you do that, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. You drop a video at least once a day here in Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoy the content, please hit the like button and finally leave your thoughts. On ready? Yeah. Good to go. Well, first up, let me just say we cannot show you any footage from the ongoing Jamaica national championships because of copyright reasons. They will strike my channel. So TVJ owns exclusive rights to this, and unfortunately I was unable to get my team there, so you will not see any actual videos of the race. However, the breaking news is unfortunately Jamaica's Antonio Watson, who we've been seeing, Watson has just not been himself. He has not been Antonio Watson we saw, who eventually won the World Championships last year at the Budapest World Championships in the men's 400 meters. He just hasn't been himself. Now, prior to his race tonight at the national stadiums in the Jamaica national trials or national championships, the last time we saw him was at the Jamaica Athletic Invitational, also at the national championships at the national stadium, apologies, and he really was not impressive. In fact, he just has not looked himself, as I said, all season.
And they're off and running, and that is a good start for Antonio Watson, the world champion. But Demish Gay running a very fast first 100 meters, and Matthew Bowling is also flying over this first 200 meters. Antonio Watson with lots of work to do. Matthew Hudson-Smith is now chasing Matthew Bowling, so it's the two Matthews, first and second, and Demish Gay is left back a little bit now in third. So it's Matthew Hudson-Smith and Matthew Bowling. Here comes the charge now from Antonio Watson. Will it be enough? That's a fast finish on the outside for Zandrian Barnes. It's Matthew Hudson-Smith who gets there ahead of Matthew Bowling.
Even in this, his last public race prior to his run tonight at the National Stadium, it was obvious that something was off, and he himself had been complaining about the pressure of living up to people's expectations. Well, as we reported, his coach, the brilliant Glenn Mills, publicly stated a night or two ago on the TVJ Sports that he did not believe Antonio Watson would have been able to qualify.
Antonio, as you know, he didn't run at the Grand Prix because he was injured, and he has been steadily getting treatment and that sort of thing. But I would say right now, it's uncertain.
Unfortunately, as one would anticipate, his coach Glenn Mills, his prediction proved to be true. Watson, now this of course is my 2 cents. Now this is what happened. Watson was running out of heat number 2 in the men's 400 meters tonight, or this evening. What happened is he was clearly in discomfort. When you saw him on camera, he was obviously in tremendous discomfort. When the race went off, it was called back. I believe that created a stress on his, I'm hearing that it was his calf that was the problem. Now, when they called them back, the green card was shown, so no one was disqualified or anything. Apparently, it was a starter's fault or some technical issue. It was evident that whatever he was feeling, it got much worse. He was clutching his, I think it was his right leg. He was clearly in discomfort. So when the gun went off the second time, within the first 60 to 70 meters, he basically had to stop running, and he went down on the track. And it just didn't work out for him. It was clear that he was in a lot of discomfort. I mean, really, really clear. This semifinals was won by Raheem Hales. But, I mean, this is a huge blow to the Jamaican Olympic hopefuls, or Olympic hopes as Jamaicans, because this young man is really, really talented. But here's the thing. When you have talent at this level, Antonio Watson did the right thing. Clearly, he was trying. He was just in too much pain, and he stopped because he's very, very young. There's next year, the year after, the year after. He has at least 10 years of greatness in him. Was very, very sad to see. But as I said, I give him marks for just bravery, because I suffered through 7 years of non-stop, unending, excruciating pain. Some of you have heard me say this, and I am not exaggerating. So I can see someone in absolute agony, almost instantaneous, and he was trying to hide it, but it was really evident that he was in discomfort. I'm amazed that he even turned up, because I wouldn't have turned up. So we have to give him his props for that. So there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Sean Bailey, who I think made it through to the finals last year, one of our bright lights in the men's 400 meters, did run, I believe, the first sub 45 by a Jamaican senior 400 meter runner this year. He ran 44.95 to enter the finals with the fastest qualifying time, and I'm really excited to see what Sean Bailey is going to do. Rashid McDonald also made it through, etc. I'm going to do something else on that, but what can I say? This one is a hard pill to swallow. But as I've said before in the past, Glenn Mills is not one to get into hyperbole. So if he says the athlete, his qualification is in doubt, and a few people did DM me and say, "You sure about that?" So I made sure I put Glenn Mills himself saying this. I think he said this last night or the night before. So clearly, so this is a sad one. So Antonio Watson is out, but like I said, Sean Bailey did produce a 44.95. He seems to be rounding into form just about the right time. There were some other solid performances, but that was only sub 45. Of course, this is just the heats, so let's see what happens towards towards the finals. Let's see. I would like to see at least 3 sub 45s. I think that's important, because the truth is, for us to make any kind of dent in the men's 400 meters at the Paris Olympic Games, I am convinced that the times are going to be crazy. There are several persons I'm looking at who are looking good. You have to be running 45 flat, 45 a little like 45.04, or you have to be running sub 40, not 45, apologies, what am I saying? You have to be running a 44 flat or sub 44, 43 plus, I think, to make a dent in the finals at the upcoming Paris Olympic Games in the men's 400 meters, just based on the numbers, and we'll talk about that at another time. So there you have it. Jamaica's Antonio Watson unfortunately bows out. He will not be representing Jamaica at the Paris Olympic Games. It was evident at the very start of the race that this young man was in tremendous discomfort. I mean, words can't express. Of course, I do have the race, and when it is possible, I will at least show you the entire race. Again, I want to apologize, but all of you who are regulars here, you know the rules. Whenever TVJ owns the copyright to an event, we, the YouTubers, there are YouTubers who do take the chance, we cannot show you their races because they can strike. A strike means that if you get enough of these strikes, you can lose your channel completely. It's their right, it's their copyright. I'm a musician, I'm an artist, so I understand that. So I don't even try to infringe, okay? So apologies about that, but we will give you the best coverage that we can, given the circumstances. And unfortunately, at this point, my camera crew could not get to the National Stadium. Like I said, one bright light, we did get a sub 45 from Sean Bailey. He ran 44.95 to enter the finals as the fastest senior in the men's 400 meters finals. Let's see what happens. I believe it's tomorrow night. Now don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Oh, and this of course is my 2 cents. Now don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the like button. Remember, your royals, kings and queens. Bless up.